Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Orion Hellcat. They were nice enough to lend me one and I've enjoyed my time with it. I've enjoyed every detail about it and I'll tell you all my favorite things about it. Let's do it. All right, let's take a closer look at this watch. We have a 39mm diameter with a 20mm lug width. It is 47mm lug to lug and 10.5mm of thickness. It has a screw down crown and 100 meters of water resistance. Its crystal is a sapphire crystal and the movement is a Miyota 9015. I will show you the lume a little bit later, but the lume is a blue BGW9 and it is really cool. And this particular case is really awesome to take a look at. It is a blasted and polished accent case. If you can see around the bezel, it is a little bit more polished, whereas the lugs on the top are more blasted or has that matte effect. And then on the side, you can see more of that polishing. It's really cool. It's a really awesome detail that they put into it. And it also has it on the bracelet, if you can see that. Has that matte look, that blasted look, but it's also nicely polished. So it just has a really nice touch. On the buckle, it has the Orion little logo on it. And then on the very back, if you can see, it has actually the Orion constellation on the back, which is really cool. Taking an even closer look at this watch, we get to see all the nice details that they put into this. I really, again, I'm going to say it over and over again, I love the numbers and just how clean they are. No imperfections, even from this angle. Really nice and clean. The hands are really well done. They're nicely polished. Just very simple, but still really stand out and aren't too unnoticeable. Something that you can notice is the white on the hands don't match the numerals, but that's something that some people may really not like or not pay attention to, so it's depending on you. Taking a look at the track, they chose to go with more of like a gray rather than a white, which was a really nice choice, I think, to just kind of blend it into the watch. But something that I've noticed is you have to be really looking at the dial to see what exact time it is. So like right now, it's what, 4:08? You gotta really take a hard look. The notches aren't as present. So if you're somebody that's going to be a real stickler for knowing the exact time, it might bother you. But for the most part, I think it looks really good up close. You can really see the polishing on the case from this angle, and then also the blasted accents all throughout, and also on the bracelet, which looks really good. But yeah, it looks really amazing from afar and up close, and you can tell they put a lot of detail in when they made this. Here's a shot of the lume. Looks really good. I really like how clear everything is. You can clearly see the numbers, clearly see the hands. I really enjoy how it looks in the dark. Why they chose to do two different lume colors, I'm not really sure, but if that's something that is going to bother you while you are in the dark telling time, that might stand out the most to you. Taking a look how the watch wears on your wrist, it's really nice. I love how it fits on me. Like I said, it is a 39mm case. I have a 5.5-inch wrist, so a lot of watch cases are a little bit too big for me, but this one fits really well. It doesn't overhang on my wrist at all. Really nicely built case. Just from this point of view, I love how white the numerals are and how nicely it pops against that blue. You can always tell what time it is since they are just so nicely and cleanly done. I really enjoy this blue. It looks so good. I love how nice and toned down it is, really. It just makes the whole watch come together. We're gonna take a look at some different straps with it. This particular one is a Bark and Jack leather strap. I absolutely have always loved brown and blue and just how they accent each other. Just looks really, really nice and clean and classy. I'll show you what it looks like on the wrist. I think it just pairs really well. It's something very different, a little bit more dressed up in my opinion, but still looks amazing. All right, so something a little bit different is a red strap on it. I understand it's not for everybody, and these are just some options and different ways you can wear this watch. So if you don't like it, I'm sure to let me know. But I personally like a little bit more pop of color, and I like how the red plays off with the blue and the white. Really, really nice. And having a silicone strap, this one's from Archer Watch Straps, is always fun. It's always really comfortable. You don't have to worry about getting it dirty or getting it wet. It's gonna be fine. And it's just a really nice, different look, and you can't go wrong with a nice silicone strap. So black and white straps are something that you literally can never go wrong on any watch you put it on, and this is definitely one of them. I absolutely love the way the black looks. Really cool. It gives it just a whole brand new look. It has a darker look to it, obviously playing off with the black, but really, really fun. This seatbelt NATO is really comfortable on me and still just makes the dial pop. Last but not least is the white silicone strap from Archer Watch Straps. This has to be my favorite combination. You can't go wrong with the white strap on pretty much any watch, but I love how this one looks particular. Really makes the numbers pop out. I think I've said that like 10 times in this video, but I think you'll understand that I really love the numerals of this watch. And I think it looks great. It has that really nice relaxed look again, but makes the dial look really, really good. And this is probably the most worn strap that I wear it with, just of how comfortable it is and how great it looks. So some of the things that I love the most about this watch has to start off with the color. If you know me, I absolutely love blue, and this particular shade of blue is really nice. It's nice and toned down, it's soft, and it goes with a lot. That's something that I really enjoy. I don't really have to necessarily think it's going to pop and make a big statement. I just like the toned down part of it. Another aspect that I really like is how white the numerals are. That's another aspect of the color that comes into it that makes it really stand out. It's really clear and legible when you're reading the time. The hands are really beautifully done. I love how intricate they look. They're very thin, very elegant, really nicely polished. That's something that I think just made the watch really stand out. Something else that I really love about this watch is the size. I think this is a perfect size for everyone to wear. I have really small wrists, like I said, and I didn't have any problem wearing this watch. It was really comfortable, it's really well balanced, and I never felt like it was too clunky or too big on my particular wrist. Lastly, I love the price point. I think this is a great price point for what you're getting. You're getting a fantastic watch that is really well made, really great details that are put into it, and it's not going to disappoint. I think it's going to look good on the bracelet, it's going to look good on any strap you put on it. It's going to be a really fun watch no matter what time of year it is, whatever you're doing. It's going to be a fun watch to always put on. There aren't many things that I don't like about this watch, but the one thing that I might want to change is just the bracelet. I personally think it doesn't fit me well, and I think it's just because I have smaller wrists, and it makes the watch look on me a little bit chunkier and just a little bit off, personally, from my point of view. So I personally like it more on a strap or a seatbelt NATO, just because I think it conforms to my wrist a little bit better. It's not necessarily the case size that's the issue. I think it's just the bracelet and how it fits on me personally. So that's the only thing that I really stood out to me that I didn't love. Another thing that might bother some people is the track and how it's a little bit lighter, and sometimes you can't perfectly see what exact notch it is at when you're trying to see what time it is. It's a little faint, depending on if you're super exact with your time and you need to know it's 5:07 and you can't exactly see. It might bother you, but for the most part, I don't think those aspects are going to bother everyone. It was just an observation that I personally made, But overall, I really enjoyed this watch. It's really, really fun. I think you'll love it. I love how it comes in different colors, so if blue's not your thing, you got something a little bit brighter, some green, some red. The red is fantastic. So you have something to look for. And I really hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and follow me on Instagram if you wanted to, and I'll see you next time.